Thanks for joining us for this episode of Coffee with Closers, where business leaders share insights on how to build businesses from the ground up and best practices for innovating in their industry.
Hey Saul, thank you for the opportunity to interview you today. Appreciate it. Appreciate you joining me.
Thanks, Andrew. Thanks for having us today.
Yeah, so the audience that don't know about you, can you share a little bit about who you are?
Yes, so my name is Saul Marchan. I'm the president owner of BLU Commercial Cleaning here in Chicago. And so what we do is we bring solutions on the cleaning side to all of our clients. And the way we do it is we continually improve and innovate, not only with our training programs, but also with our equipment, our technology platform, so we can continually invest and enhance the image, basically of every facility we touch.
Yeah, I know you were in the corporate world before you started your own business. How did you get into this space?
Well, it's long. I want to say it's been about 30 years that, before I started, my family's been in the housekeeping industry. So a lot of cleaning, as you could tell. But what we did is, I realized that there was basically a need for a company to take the lead role out there, especially here in Chicago, and basically assist in improving the industry's overall look, whether it's branding, whether it's the actual service, the consistency, the quality, and so forth. So we decided to take the plunge, and here we are 5.5 years later, doing a pretty good job with a lot of work ahead of us.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And you touched on branding and marketing, things of that nature, which is something that I've noticed about you when I was just kind of researching, interviewing you. You've done a great job in terms of building a strong brand presence. You have trucks and everything that's wrapped with your color and branding and logo and all that stuff. Where did you get that inspiration that you needed to go all in or nothing? Like how did you decide that that was the way to go?
Well, there was always that aha moment, like, hey, what am I going to do? I can't just be a typical cleaning company, right? And so the biggest thing is when social media and marketing started really coming into play, we decided to take that role and implement a strategy where we can come up with a brand that will really talk to people. And what I mean by that is, who are we? Being relatable, right? And so when the splash came to be, it's all about water, it's all about cleanliness, it's all about clarity. And so we wanted to portray that to our clients 3 years ago when we first came up with this logo. And so moving forward, as you can tell, you've seen the wrap vans, our social media strategy has been pretty good so far. Our marketing efforts are still continually improving on in that area. But I think moving forward, we're just going to keep expanding on that and making sure that not only are we portraying ourselves as a great cleaning company to our clients, but also to our peers, understanding that we can all do this together as we continue to improve the industry.
Yeah, you touched on social media and technology and things of that nature. How has technology and the internet changed the way you do business? You have
to adapt, right? Adapt and overcome. So those days of just talking to people and sweeping and mopping are long gone. Right now, our platforms that we utilize are key for communication, not only for our clients, but for our people as well, for our team members, our technicians. Most of our work is really off-site, and we really are not there to overlook or see what they're doing. And so our clients really like the idea of having that technology in place where we can get some communication going on some before and after pictures, some also notes that maybe we catch for our clients that they may not see when they're there. But our job is to continue to improve that communication, that consistency, and that quality experience so that our clients can really truly depend on us as a partner for all their needs.
Yeah, what are some of the things that you proactively do to ensure your customers are happy?
Well, a lot of it is just questions. A lot of it is a lot of listening. And what we've been able to do is our technicians, we empower technicians to truly be the eyes and ears for us out there. And so being out there, being leaders, and being educated in the sense that they're not just out there to clean per se. They truly are that consultant, an extension of us. And so with our job, it's really key to understand what the needs are. We have a saying that you need to be properly equipped in order to be successful, right? Some areas might not need, brooms, mops, and buckets. It may need that technology to ensure that we bring in the right equipment so that we can get the job done in a very effective and efficient manner.
What are some of the things, obviously, like you said, there's a lot of companies that are in the cleaning space. We're in the heart of downtown. There's hundreds of buildings, right? So what are some of the things you're doing as BLU Cleaning to be unique or to differentiate your company?
And so that's a great question. Again, it goes back to the branding and the technology and the equipment. I think for us is also the key component to all this is training. In our sector, sometimes the training isn't maybe up to par where it needs to be, including us. So we had to learn that in order for us to be that great company here moving forward, is we had to invest in our people heavily. And that means training. That means also having them to understand the technology platforms that are readily available for them. So that way they can continue to provide that consistency out there. I think the days of just sweeping and mopping and having that phone call with clients or even with us are pretty much long gone. There's more efficiency that's involved. People want to hear something fast. They want to get to it fast. They want it fixed fast. They want everything in a faster and more efficient manner. And so our job is to continually be proactive in implementing these systems here so that we can continue to provide the service that our clients are looking for.
Yeah, accessibility, speed to delivery, those are all like expectations that clients have that they're unspoken, but they're expecting you to do that. It doesn't matter what industry you're in.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Most certainly. So I think, so let's say for example, like you want a customer, like what are some of the things that you do to ensure the quality is there? Some transferable knowledge that you learned, like things from your prior work experience and things of that nature. What are some of the things you applied in your business from a quality standard?
Yeah, I think learning a lot is the key in order for us to succeed. And what I mean by that is basically all the issues and all the mistakes that we've made in the past. Learn fast, right, and improve on it. And so what we've been able to do with our clients and with our staff is that the roles that we all play now is all as one. I guess if you want to kind of go back on the issues that maybe our clients will bring to the table. And so what we do is we proactively continue to be that much better, whether it's bringing the platforms of technology, actually bringing solutions to the table. We're always making sure that we have a list of the issues that we're going to be given, because we're always looking to see what we failed at every day. And so with that information, we're always proactive in knowing exactly what we need to attack day in and day out in these services.
I know you've been at it for about 5.5 years now, and you came from a corporate world, worked at the Fortune 500 companies for several years prior to that. So how has that learning been now that you're a business owner? What has that learning been like, running a business as opposed to being an employee of a Fortune 500?
Well, you learn a lot. Fortune 500, you tend to really have the roles of a CEO entrepreneur, to be quite honest. So in the roles that I've had, you've had to cold call, you've had to sell, you've had to consult, you've had to collect money. But at the end of the day, it's all about the strategy and the type of clientele that maybe you want to bring on board, and then also the team that you want to build, right? I think in corporate America, it's a great training ground for all of us to learn, because you do learn a lot. Management, collection, again, selling, consulting is key. I think the biggest thing for me and what I learned from the corporate America is it's always being that consultant, really truly being that partner, and not just the salesperson out there, right? Because at the end of the day, they want to lean on you for you to bring answers to them, and not just pound, obviously, the service and the price it's going to cost. So they really want solutions in a solution-based company, and I think that's what we bring to the table here.
What were some of the tough lessons you've learned, now running a business?
Everything. The biggest thing for me is understanding when I had to let go. I wish I would have made this decision like 2 or 3 years ago, and that's just bringing in talent, whether it's marketing, HR, right, accounting. It's just that sometimes as an entrepreneur, as a CEO, you always feel like you can do it all. But in essence, your skills are only fit maybe at a certain area. But our job is to lead and be the visionary, right? To bring the ideas to the forefront, and then have the village, as they say, help you grow that idea into something that could be special. And so that's kind of where I'm at now, is that now I've been able to delegate quite a bit of the work, although it's taken me quite a bit of time, but I did it, and I definitely would recommend everyone to really, truly start pushing some of these areas out to someone else who's more capable.
Yeah, I mean, delegating and elevating, that's just the name of the game. I think we as entrepreneurs, we always have this mentality that, hey, I am the only person that can do this job right, and if I give it to someone else, they're probably not going to do it as good as I do. So you always feel like I have to be the one doing all these things, and which limits us from getting ahead, right? So we have great ideas, vision, but we can't bring to fruition if all the time we're the ones that are actually trying to execute on those things.
Yeah, and I think it's a continuous battle, right?
Mm-hmm.
You always feel like, oh man, now I got to let this go, and every year is something. Okay, now this, and as they say, you fail fast, fail often, and you always create processes and you mitigate, right, to ensure that some of these issues don't arise anymore. But in order to scale and keep moving
mm-hmm.
in a positive flow, there is a need to go ahead and delegate, and talent. Bring people on board that actually feel that the vision is there, and they see a true game-changing aspect in the business where there could be something special here in this industry.
What have you seen successful in doing so when you're doing delegation? Like what kind of things have you done to make sure that you're not going to have to do the work, redo what someone else is doing?
You try to train everybody the best to your ability. Again, I'm more of the consultant, more on the business development side. So, for example, bringing HR, I don't know anything about HR, right? Accounting. The biggest key here is to bring someone in here that's going to actually assist in helping bring in that information
mm-hmm.
in a very timely manner, especially if it has to do with numbers, it has to do with personnel, but also bringing outside influences that can actually help you out, right? Because
mm-hmm.
for us, as a young company, everybody needs help. And so the way I look at it is we need to have a team,
mm-hmm.
an all-star team, whether it's in-house or bringing someone from the outside as well. And, being part of organizations out there have really been a great assist for us in order for us to scale to where we've been,
mm-hmm.
and but it's a continuous effort for us. You're still going to have the bumps along the road.
mm-hmm.
Some people might not do the invoicing like you want them to, or the hiring process might take a little longer than what we're accustomed to, but it's all part of the plan in order for us to be better here moving forward.
What are some of the things that you're proactively doing to keep the fire, right? Because obviously as an entrepreneur, sometimes there's those beat down days that just drains you. But you still need to get up and keep going. So what are some of the things that you're doing to make sure that you're not, losing the momentum?
Well, you just, you have to get up with the same energy.
Mm-hmm.
I wake up every morning around 4:35 a.m. and it's a continuous daily effort, right? But for us, for me, my job truly is to push that vision.
Mm-hmm.
And so once that vision is set, our mission really is to follow it and get everybody together. And for the most part, through our meetings and also through the opportunities that have come, because they also have to see
mm-hmm.
results as well, right? So when the marketing comes up to par and you see quite the information, the inflow of customers now calling,
mm-hmm.
And then our business development side, our HR now having to hire more people,
mm-hmm.
they see that there's a movement, right? And so my job is to continue to push and make sure that everyone understands that it's a long-term game, not
mm-hmm.
a short-term. And that's the key, is that we need to make sure that in order for us to continue that positive, scalable, right, positive growth, is that it is a long-term game.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't a bottom of the ninth home run shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so our job is to basically, hold each other accountable, push each other, push the boundaries, get out of that comfort zone, because I know quite a bit has gone through our company, the infrastructure in the last 6 months, where you've got the talent coming in on a corporate side, but then you've got that blue collar work.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to basically get that balance from both sides, and we're finally getting there, and it's really, really, truly gotten us to the next level.
So obviously, as an entrepreneur, we're all busy, reading emails, getting back to customers, dealing with fire, all the sorts of stuff is happening all the time. But what are you doing proactively to stay fresh and get new ideas and inspiration? What kind of things do you do?
I read a lot. You got to be a student of the game, right? For me, I listen to podcasts, I read a ton of articles, and especially in the cleaning industry, because there's so much going on, right? New technology, new equipment. And so for us, the key is, and I always stress this, with our team, is that we really have to be a researcher, mm-hmm. per se, right? Learn what's going on out there. But at the end of the day, for us, it's more about the inner ability to have that enthusiasm and and that energy level that you need to bring in, day out to dominate. I hear that word dominate a lot here the last few months, because in essence we have to dominate. We have to dominate our position. We have to dominate, in essence, the areas that we're capable of, and that comes within us, right? Being proactive, being accountable, being reliable, right? Being adaptable to any changes that might occur. And so podcasts, articles are huge. You know, even listening to the radio has really brought some great ideas.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look back maybe 10, 15 years ago, there wasn't this much, you know, information freely available. There's just so much wealth of knowledge that people are just putting out, right? In the form of books or just like you said, podcasts, videos, and even just articles that you have access to is just crazy. Like you can essentially get an MBA, but just listening to other people's really good content from building multi-million-dollar operations.
Yeah, and I think for me, in order for me to get to this level, I did depend on a lot of that. You know, I didn't have obviously the excess cash or even to take an MBA at that time, but I learned so much. As they say, you know, business, entrepreneurship, it really takes the inner being, right? In order, the energy and just the want and the discipline to go after it. There's so much stuff. YouTube, right? You can do anything now just by going onto YouTube. But the learning experience that I've gotten and has really helped me has just been through all the podcasts and the articles and some of these people that have done it before me, right? In the cleaning side, 20, 30 years, what they've done, you know, techniques, the innovation, how to listen to clients because they help you get to that next level. And so, you know, I just need to go ahead and obviously ensure that our team does the same, you know, especially the management side of it, the leadership team, because we want to go ahead and start empowering our guys to do the same so they can all be better.
Makes sense. And do you have any big plans in the next 3 to 5 years where you see your company?
Man, we always have big plans, Samuel. You know, for us, it's really solidifying our core infrastructure. You know, we did not want to grow top heavy and have a foundation that wasn't strong, right? So our job right now is really truly have that talent that's going to carry the team and scale aggressively but calculated. And so for me, it's just ensuring that, you know, our infrastructure, our training, our technology, our equipment, our branding, our marketing is to the point where we can be seen as someone to lean on, and that's going to, I know for a fact it'll help our company flourish down the road. Are
there any other life lessons you've learned that you'd like to share with us?
There's no shortcut, you know. They always say, hey, work smarter, not harder. I mean, you have to do both. You have to work hard, you have to work smart. You know, we're a blue-collar company. You know, we get out there and roll up our sleeves and get to work and grind. It's fun, but at the same time, we also know we have to work smart, right? Platforms, technology, investing in the equipment, right? In order for our team to efficiently get the job done. And so we have to get all that together and just make it work.
Now that you've been at it 5.5 years, knowing what you know now, how would you do it differently if you were to start this business?
I save up a lot more money, that's for sure, and then bring in talent right away. But honestly, I don't think I'd change anything. I think everything happens for a reason, and I learned, you know, along the way. You have to learn. You have to basically fall flat on your face. You've got to go through the issues. You got to go through the pains. You've got to cry once in a while. But that's the relatability, right? A lot of future entrepreneurs or people that have been in my shoes as well, they understand that this is a grind. It's you know, we strive to be the specialists in our industry, the technicians, the influencers, and it takes a lot of work. But if there was one thing I would change is I probably would, and I keep saying this, is fail faster, fail more often. I think a lot of us, even though we understand we have to take risks, we don't take them. So taking them a little bit more consistently will get you to that next level.
Sounds good. Appreciate you joining me.
Thanks, Samuel.
This episode of Coffee with Closers is brought to you by OneIMS, a leading digital marketing agency helping businesses win new customers. To request a free marketing ROI audit, please visit oneims.com. If you enjoyed this video, please share it. To make sure you never miss an episode, please subscribe.